Hello everyone, welcome back on the channel. This video is regarding the negotiations in procurement. In private procurement, negotiation are different. Whatever the procurement related to government, there are certain rules, regulations. So when you are dealing with the public procurement, so you have to abide by certain rules and regulations. So in this video, you will know what are those rules, regulation, limitation, and related provisions of different procedures. So a comprehensive study about the negotiation topic I think you will get in this video. So let's start this video and you will see whatever it is. This video is regarding the negotiations in public procurement. Generally, in public procurement, negotiations are discouraged, but under certain situations, provisions are there in the General Financial Rule 2017 that the buyer can go for negotiation. GF are the basic rules for central government departments for making procurement, and the party who is the public procurement party who is going to have negotiations, they need to abide by these GFR rules related to negotiations. The difference between the private negotiation and public procurement negotiation is a big difference, because in private negotiations there are no certain rules. It depends upon the policy of that particular organizations, or like your own money. When you are spending your own money, so you can take decision or you can do negotiation as per your choice. But since when you are in public position or public procurement position, so you are dealing with the money which is related to the public. So to have a better value for money, government had decided that it should be used with a same prudence the person use its own money. So regarding negotiation, it should be there in a transparent way and as per the provisions of GFR and the manual of procurement of your organization. Let's see what are those provisions related to negotiations in public procurement. In negotiations, when you are dealing in a procurement, public procurement, so one-sided the committee is there from procurement side, because the negotiation by individual is always avoided. So there is a duly constituted committee. They negotiate with the seller either in private or virtual mode. Negotiations happen. So negotiation is a process to arrive at a mutually acceptable agreement or price. In public procurement, the negotiation should be done in a very transparent, fair, and in accordance with the rules and laws. So there may be some certain compelling situations when you want to go with the negotiations. So you will have provision, and there are certain CVC guideline also which are applicable in this negotiation area. So in this presentation, we will discuss all those. So always keep in mind that when you are dealing with public procurement, so negotiation should be transparent, fair, and in accordance with the rules. There are some key provisions. What are those key provisions? One is there, Rule 173 XIV of GFR. What it says? It says that negotiation with bidders after bid opening must be severely discouraged. But in exceptional circumstances where the price negotiation against the ad hoc procurement is necessary due to some unavoidable circumstances, the same may be restored, and that too only with the lowest evaluated responsive bidder. So when you decide to have a negotiations, firstly the procedure says you don't do any negotiation, but some certain compelling situation and recordable situation should be there. So in those situations, you just record it, get approval of the competent authority, and the negotiation can only be done with the lowest evaluated responsive bidder. Lowest evaluated responsive bidder means the bidder who is meeting the technical specification, terms and condition, and other qualitative parameters of your tender document. And this should also be kept in mind that when you are negotiating with the L1 bidder, so it should not be subjected to negotiation solely for reducing prices, unless price is the only element for negotiation. And because when the bidder in the open tender they submit the tender, so they do their best pricing. And if you will adopt a practice that the supplier knows that even after declaring the L1 party, so you generally do negotiations, so they will bid you on higher side in general, and you will not get right prices if you adopt a general condition of doing negotiations. So it should not be subject to negotiation solely on reducing prices. There should be some other element also. And as I told you, in government procurement, a committee discuss or negotiate with the seller, and a collective decision is being taken. And whatever the basis of negotiation, it should be clearly documented, recorded, and justified in the file, and it should have the approval of the competent authority. Without the approval of competent authority, no negotiation should be done. There are some CVC guidelines also on negotiations. No negotiation unless justifiable and recordable cogent reasons are there. Negotiations discourage unless justified. This is the CVC guideline. Other is transparency and equal treatment must be ensured. CVC's NV says that when you are doing negotiation, it should be in transparent and equal treatment should be there within the bidders. No post-tender negotiation with the L1 unless condition warrant. Sometime you may feel that some cartel formation is there, or like other situation which is compelling situation. So in those situation you can go with the negotiations. Permissible scenarios for negotiation. There are some permissible scenario for negotiation, that under what situations you will have negotiation. Your committee is there, they discuss and deliberate what negotiation we should do with the suppliers. Generally some proprietary item are there. Proprietary item is the item manufacturer is single manufacturer and he holds the right on that particular product, and the procurement is from single source procurement. Proprietary items or single source items. So proprietary item are there are those items which are manufactured or by the particular supplier, and there is no other alternative available to those products. In those cases, since it is from single source, so negotiations are always or negotiation are allowed. Technical negotiation before price opening bid should be done. Get every clarification, do negotiation. And while doing technical negotiations also, please keep in mind that you are not changing the original scope, terms and condition of the tender, because it may lead to complications that other bidder can say that if you were agreed on those technical parameters, that our price would be different. So while dealing with technical negotiation, always see that you are doing it within the ambit of your published tender specifications. Procurement under exceptional urgent circumstances. There may be some exceptional urgent circumstances which are recordable and justifiable. So in that case also, you can do negotiation. Like you don't have that much money under your kitty and bid is higher than that money. So you are only having the option either to leave the procurement or to negotiate. There are some CVC circulars on negotiations. Let's see what that. One is circular 4307 of 2007. It discourages post-tender negotiation. Other is CVC OM of 2023. It reiterates fair and transparent procurement. And next, that only L1 can be negotiated with if all the tender conditions are met and justified. It means the single resultant qualified tender. So these are some Highlights from the CVC circular. Do's and don'ts for negotiation as per the CVC. CVC means Central Vigilance Commission. So what are do's? Do record all the reasons and minutes of negotiations clearly in the document, in the file, and ensure committee-based negotiation process instead of negotiation by a single person. As I shows you in my earlier slides, that a committee negotiates with the seller, not a single person. Don't use negotiation to unfairly pressurize the L1 bidder, because if L1 bidder is pressurized, so he will not have equal opportunity at par with his other bidders, and he will feel that in future this department do the negotiations, so he will quote on higher side. And don't allow selective or non-transparent negotiation. Negotiation should be done in a transparent way. This is the CVC do's and don'ts. The negotiations are always under audit and vigilance observations. So they check it, who is doing negotiation, what negotiation are done, and under which scenario it is done. So they check all the records. So negotiations are always subject to audit scrutiny and vigilance scrutiny. Improper negotiation may lead to disciplinary or vigilance action upon the concerned officer. So it is always advisable to maintain proper documentation, record approvals of the competent authority in the related file, so that when the audit and vigilance is checking, they have an complete idea of the process. So what is the conclusion and what is the best practice in this negotiation? You can say that in negotiation, always follow the CVC and GFR instruction very strictly. Use negotiations sparingly and only when justified. When there are justifiable, recordable, cogent reasons and approval of the competent authority is there, then only you should do the negotiations. And ensure documentation available in the file, and the negotiation is done in a very fair and transparent way. So if you keep these things in your mind, you will do a better negotiation in public procurement, and it will be through your audit and vigilance team also. Prefer price discovery via competitive bidding over negotiations. Competitive bidding are always giving you a good price discovery and value for money. So if there are proprietary type of product, please try to develop alternative product, or if some single seller are there throughout the world, just check whether you can use some alternative of that product, so that a competitive price in future you can get. So I hope you get an idea that how the negotiations are being done in the public procurement, and what are the provisions related to CVC guidelines, and it is always under scrutiny of the audit, and what are the provisions of GFR when you are dealing in central government. So a good idea you may have about this by watching this video.